What's good, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode of Reality Check Wednesdays, where each week we quiet the noise, we get real about our growth, our minds, our health, and all things wellness. As you can see, the scenery is a little different. We got some nature going on. I'm sitting here beneath this beautiful tree. This is all a great segue into today's topic, and that is the truth about showing up. So the past 2 weeks, I have been, excuse me if y'all hear the dogs barking, because with nature, unforeseen circumstances, child. And that segues right into my point as well. The past 2 weeks, I've been on quite the hiatus. I've been abandoning my long term goals, and YouTube has been a big part of that. I hadn't been showing up on my Reality Check Wednesdays. I hadn't been posting or interacting or really dissecting my analytics and trying to master this skill. Almost as if like I began to bury my dreams because of my disappointment with my present reality. So, in the midst of all of this that's going on around me, I've just been doing my best to remain sane. So, that includes a bunch of beach days. I've been outside doing my hot girl walks, jogging, bonding with nature, just to stay as grounded as I can with all the towers falling and all these things happening. It can be overwhelming. So, over the years, I found that nature is the key, so I've been more into that. So I haven't neglected myself, but I have been neglecting the goal. This kind of reminds me of Solange's song, Cranes in the Sky. I try to drink it away. I tried to change it with my hair. Because I was doing all of these things to stay grounded, to stay optimistic, to stay excited about my reality. But it ain't been hitting like I've been wanting to hit. You know what I'm saying? So, like many of us, my struggles have been monetary. Just trying to stay above water and maintain this freedom and creative flow while paving my own way, while figuring things out, while, figuring out this entrepreneurship. What do I want to do? What makes me feel good? What makes me feel free? How can I exist in a happy, completely wholesome, happy frequency while existing on in this lifetime on this planet? This patriarchal system, it sucks, by the way. It's like anything to keep us trapped and bound. And I've been trying to escape that. And with it has come many challenges. And it's not forsaken, but there are challenges nonetheless. Leaving my job was one of the best decisions I've ever made, but it has come with its quirks. I'm going to tell you, it truly takes strength, dedication, and self assurance to sustain that frequency. It's not easy work, but it's worth it. Risk create champions. So I'm not giving up on that aspect of things, but all I'm saying is it's been hard. And I say this because life, God, the universe has been stripping me from all previous beliefs. It has really been working on me in regards to my worth and my works, and how do I correlate the two. And so it's like with all these unforeseen circumstances and these losses that I began to take, it began to kind of like fog my lenses up. I couldn't see. I'm like, what the? I was starting to feel like I was going backwards, and like all that I have worked for, all that I have sacrificed was forsaken. Loss after loss after loss had me feeling lost and alone in this world, in this universe. So, what I did was I began to numb my feelings. I started gardening. I was floating high on trees somewhere in Goldie's world, okay? if you catch my drift. I started to garden so hard and just detach from my reality. I didn't want to feel nothing. I didn't want to worry. I didn't want to plan. I didn't want to have to struggle and figure out the plan for the struggle. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to feel anything until me not feeling anything led to me feeling empty. So me wanting to feel nothing led to me feeling nothing, and I was running on no fuel. I was literally empty. I didn't feel God. I didn't hear my spiritual team. I couldn't hear. I was blocked out. I was in a trance. I was in this coma. I was just living day by day cycling, uncertain, unhappy, and just there. So when I started to feel this, I knew that it was time for me to crawl out of that cocoon. It was time for me to get up on out of there, because first, I am not a victim. And second, I am who I am. I am of source. I am of God. So for me not to feel, knew that I was completely off track, right? So while doing things like that, it's cool. You enjoy it, you embrace it. We do have a life. We are here to live, but it's important to know yourself, know your own energy, and always return to self, right? So I decided to leave my gardening alone and find myself again, refine the purpose, refine my why. Yeah, so Source had whispered to me a message, and it was not very clear. Mind you, my mind gone in the clouds. But it was heard, and the message was to return to self, return, 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 return. I was reminded that you showing up, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be grand. What matters most is that you lean in, and you lean into yourself and that vision, and reconnect. So even if that subtle whisper that I heard from Source was just a whisper, it was just what I needed to hear. So I'm hoping that this video resonates with you. Maybe you can hear it in that special way. You yourself might be undergoing challenges, setbacks, financial loss in friendships, relationships, motivation, whatever the case might be. I just want to remind you to keep going, to show up. This is the truth about showing up. It doesn't have to be pretty. It does not have to be perfect. And, it doesn't always have to be explained, because time will reveal all. But what is most important is that you show up for yourself, because you have to. I always say this, like, no one else is going to do it. What else are you going to do? You must show up for yourself, by any means. In those difficult times, feel your feels. You are a human. Go through your experience. Do what you need to do, but find that peace and follow those promptings, because our souls know the way. As much as we try to play crazy, or, victim, or, oh, whoa, it's me, our soul knows, our hearts, our soul, we know. We won't always have the opportunity to see this big old grand picture that the universe have been whipping up, with our limited views and our limited perspectives. Remember that things are always working out for you, even with the physical circumstances or the reality. God, like, because that's the thing. The plot be so much bigger than what we expect. Usually it's so much more grand and beautiful and just what we want. Maybe things we didn't have the words to articulate. God knows. God knows our heart. So just remember to keep your heart open and create from that space, from that heart space. Always believe in yourself and always trust in God. You hear what I'm saying? I'm saying, because each day miracles are happening, magic is happening. There's so much to be grateful for. And I know that that can be kind of like buzzkill. You don't want to hear that all the time. Like, yo, I know I'm walking, I'm breathing. Thank you, God. I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? And we want our true heart's fulfillments. I know, I get it, but it's a lot to be grateful for. So just sit in that, find that gratitude, and let it cultivate into the bigger things, whatever the bigger things are, whatever that means. So this is from me to you, you to me to you. We got this. Hang in there. Keep going. Show up. The truth about showing up is just to show up. Real, raw, uncut, however it might look. If you got to change the scene, if you got to alter some things, you have to stop and pivot, just show up. That's the truth. Just show up, because you got to. Because who else going to do it? All right. So that's all, y'all. That's the topic for today. And I really enjoyed this conversation. It feels kind of new and fresh. It feels kind of like, I don't know if it's because the vibe I got going on in the green. I'm talking from my heart space, child. But this feels good. This feels really natural. And I'm excited to see what comes, not only for me, but for you. I'm excited to see the miracles that happen out of our faith in our works. Keep continuing to work on you. Be beautiful, be great, be love, be love and be loved. Accept the love that the universe is pouring out to you. Okay, let me stop preaching. This was a very good talk. I enjoyed it with you all here on Reality Check Wednesdays. And I'll catch you next time. Who know where we're going to be?